guys, Coach Sass here. How are you? Sweet Spot Pitching. But today we're in the Academy. Today's Sweet Spot Academy. And this will be the most important video I share. After I retired, I went on to get a degree. And then I went on to get a master's degree. And when I was doing that, I spearheaded a study that I was really proud of. And it was about the biomechanics of youth. And we included people from Northwestern, from Harvard Medical. We really went all out on this study. And what I was trying to ascertain, and what I think is so important, is what we need to understand from expectation standpoint. So what we found in our study was this, that a skilled activity, so take shooting a free throw in basketball, take throwing a pitch, right? Something that's result oriented. What we found was that kids that are 6, 7 years old, even if they're doing 100, 200, 1,000 repetitions a day, those young kids, 6 and 7, will only be able to repeat that skilled activity 2 to 3 times out of every 10. And now when you get to 8, it goes to 3 or 4 out of every 10. So please keep that in mind. What am I saying? I'm saying that your 8-year-old who's taking lessons and you're paying that money and you're really bearing down on them and you're saying we're working, at the end of the day, that 8-year-old in that skilled activity, at best, will be able to execute 3 to 4 out of every 10 times. At 9, we're closer to 4 consistently out of 10. At 10, it goes 4 to 5, 4 to 6, depending on skill level. 11, we start to see that needle move to about 5 to 6 out of every 10, 5 to 7 out of 10. And then once we get to 12 and 13, that's where we really see the big improvement, right? Where we can get to that 75, 80% capacity to repeat that skilled activity. And what does that mean? That means that the biomechanics of youth, their bones, their muscles, their ligaments, their brains are not skilled or equipped to repeat that activity on a consistent basis. So it doesn't matter that you're paying Danny for these lessons and that he goes every Saturday and he goes every Tuesday. What this study showed us is that at certain ages, there's a max capacity of what we can actually expect from our youth, right? And that number does not move into a category where you can start expecting consistent results until we're 12 or 13. That's just the biomechanics of youth. That's just their bones, their muscles. They're just not ready to repeat that skilled activity, whether it's shooting that free throw, whether it's delivering that pitch. So Sass, what does that mean? That means that your 9 and 10-year-old will strike a kid out and then walk 2 kids. And if you do the math, that's about 3 to 4 out of every 10 are actually going to be strikes. Now, there's anomalies and there's times where we just get lucky and the release point hits where it's supposed to. But for coaches, for parents, even for the players, you need to understand, because you put the work in doesn't mean you're going to be in an 80% clip, because your body's just not ready. So from an expectation standpoint, it becomes super imperative that we know what we're dealing with, that we know how to stay positive, that we know how to stay encouraging. Now, coach, why wouldn't I work? Why would I work and I'll just do it when I'm 12? No, because the data shows that foundationally, once we built those mechanics time and time again, that we have a faster chance to get up that ladder, to get to that 75, 80% repetition scale, right? We've got to build the foundational basis, right? Like we do here at Sweet Spot Academy and Sweet Spot Throwing, we've got these drills, right? You've got to build those foundational basics so that you can build on top of those, so that by the time you're 9, 10, 11, as you're building through these drills, we're 6 out of every 10, the drill is correct. 7 out of every 10, the drill is correct. Meaning we're delivering the ball out front with good rotation, good mechanics. But I think it's super imperative that we all get on the same page and understand the study that was executed shows us that we can only expect a certain level of execution out of our youth. And our job as coaches is to teach the fundamental basics, to lock those in the best we can, and have patience, have understanding. Know that this child is trying the absolute best he can, but his body just isn't ready to support a consistent, repeatable delivery. Even though he's trying, and even though it might look the same, his muscles and his tendons, they're not firing at the same capacity that a 12, 13, and 14-year-old will be, where now you can start seeing that steady progress of execution where we're throwing more strikes than balls. And it's not that 50-50 blend, or even for some of our younger kids, you guys have seen it, right? There's a lot more balls than there are strikes. But now I'm hoping that you'll understand where that comes from, right? It comes down to basic biomechanics of youth and when they're ready for these skilled activities. But I wanted to share that with you. I think it's super important that we all get on the same page and understand what we're doing as coaches, as parents, and as players. Building a foundation that we can build on year after year, so that when it's our turn, when we're mature, when we're 12, 13, we're hitting at that 80, 85% clip and punching that zone and getting guys out on a consistent basis. Because that's ultimately what that becomes about. So guys, make sure like, subscribe. Like I said, this might be the most important thing you'll hear from me, because it's something I'm so passionate about, because I know the value of understanding expectations and what you can expect from your child and your players, and the kids that are here, what you guys can expect of yourselves, right? So don't be too hard on yourselves, and understand, just keep trying, do the best you can, and it'll come. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you, guys.